Yo everybody, Zero Comfort here for you. Yet again. Yet another weekly benchmark video. To tell you anything, tell you that I failed. Failed on a nominal level in terms of, general lucidity and regimental work. I've come to the point where I don't know. I'm just at this point where I'm doing more worse than I was the previous month, the month before last month. It's now June. I'm hoping to really turn it around this month. It's almost 365 days. Last month before the last month. Only 40 days left. Let me check the record. Yeah, today is 325. I have 40 days left. So 1 full month. And then 10 days. Then I'm out. I don't know how to feel about that. I don't feel like I've really progressed a lot. I've drawn every day. I've been keeping up every day. Done it all. So, no. I don't know what to say. It's been hard recently. My brother got a new job, so he takes the car to work, and he's at work until 11. So I can't even use the car to go to work anymore. So I have to basically get an Uber or, get a ride. My father, and he has to take me. That's been kind of hard. On top of that, there's been extraneous other, things that have recently, basically held me back from doing anything really, but been on the lower side of priorities if I had to say anything. That maybe life goes on. Maybe life goes on. Maybe despite everything, still here, and I've been looking at the hardships, and I've been looking at the failures, and I've been looking at the addictions, and a lot of self-retrospection later, I can only feel that it's hard to progress when my daily routine is completely marred by wanton desires. Things like I want to do that, I want to play League. It's been constantly a non-influx, non-stop state of I want to play League. I want to not sleep. But, my schedule's been pretty good. I've been, going to sleep at... I've been going to sleep at... Basically, I've been going to sleep at, 8 or 9 o'clock in the morning. Then I would wake up at, 3 or 4 in the afternoon. So we'll get at least, 6 to 7 hours. Today, I slept from 8:50 to 4:50. So that's, 7 hours. About that much. But when it comes down to it, yeah, I kind of dropped the ball today. I kind of woke up and said I want to do something, and then I did something, and then that took an hour that I didn't need to, and then I had to get up, and then I was like, oh yeah, I gotta do my Kankole, I gotta do my daily record drawing, because I've been falling behind on my daily records. I've been falling behind on my daily records. My daily records being pictures wise. I used to have a huge stockpile. I used to have 16 to 20 pictures stockpile of just random mundane drawings. And now I don't have any. I have a backlog of, all 40 remaining days text style Like I wrote down the template and all that, and I wrote down which days are Mondays because those follow a different. There's a bit of added text because designated workers Monday. But other than that, it's been hard. It's been hard. It's been hard getting motivated enough to do record drawings when I could just put it off until later. It's hard to just do my Japanese lessons when I could just put it off for later. It's hard to do my voice acting lessons when I could put it off later. If it wasn't for my daily routine record saying that I had to do voice acting 3 times a week minimum. Sorry that I have to keep adjusting it. It's getting a little bit on the weaker side of holding it in place, especially because it's been with me so long. But it's a constant routine. And I've been at it for 325 days, and after a while, it starts to really grate on the mind. This last month, I've been talking a lot about playing League and other stuff because I've been trying to distance myself from my drawing for some reason because it's very mentally taxing. Very mentally taxing. I've been on often, on occasion, just completely blown a gasket on motivation to draw anything of actual preservation or worth. I haven't been really challenging myself. I feel like I'm really gonna make a turnaround at the 365-day mark. I'm gonna really turn it around, but that remains to be seen. I have no clue what happens after 365 days, and I don't even know if I'm gonna make it to 365 days. I'm gonna definitely try. Don't get me wrong. No, what's the point of making it to 325? Nobody talks about 325. Everybody talks about 365. That's a full year. Falling right before the ending is literally the worst. It's like you're in a marathon and you were first place the whole run till the last point, and then you tripped and broke your ankle, and then everybody, you know, runs past you and they kind of look at you with a little bit of pity in their eye, and you're just like, I can't run for the rest of my life anymore. It's awful. Running was my entire profession. It's everything that I ever worked for. Not on the same level, but feels like it to me. I only have an hour to draw today, so I'm gonna have to go for like a simple drawing, but I don't even know what to draw. Another hard thing is that I don't know what I want to draw, and when I do want to draw something, it's too hard for me to draw within an hour because I keep restricting myself to an hour regiment because I keep running out of time because I keep doing unnecessary stuff and I could be just putting it off for later. I could eat at work. I could literally eat at work, but I keep eating at home nowadays. I used to eat at work, but I don't know. I used to eat at work. I would get home. I would feel hungry again. Wasn't that good a deal. But what I'm doing at work is I'm basically squandering my lunchtime. I could just use it to eat actual goddamn food instead of being a little prissy that says, oh, I can't handle it. I can't handle that. That sounds terrible. That sounds like the worst thing I've ever done. But the usual stuff where you're just saying, well, you could have, but you didn't. So why the heck are you even trying there? Other than that, man, I don't know. I'm just in a bad place right now. In a bad place. I have no direction. I'm just trying to make it to the last 40 days, really. I'm just trying to survive. I have some big plans for the last, week. Before 365, I have a whole guide plan for that, but until that time, I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just trying, I'm barely scraping by, and, when it comes down to actually making the regimental, daily increments, I've been falling behind lately. I've been falling behind on my record drawings. I've been falling behind on, the pacing of where I should be drawing and where I should not be drawing. I've been following my desires more than my will as of late, and honestly, it's starting to really sicken me to the point where I hate everything. Like, it's just a depressive mood. I don't really hate everything, but kind of like, oh, I slept 8 hours and yet I still feel tired. I slept 7 hours yesterday and I felt like so tired because I'm always stressed out. But yeah, being stressed out means you're alive. I guess. Good part. Anyhow, I'm gonna make it a shorter video because I'm running out of time. I drew Chibi Robo last week for designated workers. I ran out of time. So there's some rough lines still on the character, but I feel like I gave it a little bit of charm, you know? Otherwise, it looks pretty good. I like the electronic kind of like thing on the back of Robo, the electronic plug. I feel like I drew it pretty well. Boss Cadenza. I drew White Land from Melty Blood. I feel like I talked about this last week, but I did like White Land. I was planning to draw some more Melty Blood. And I did draw Kohaku before this. You know, the thing about the Kohaku drawing now that I look back at it does not remind me of Kohaku. It reminds me of some person that's really mad, and not Kohaku. Which is kind of the point, because Kohaku's personality is anything but mad. It's more like cheery, kind of like servicey, kind of like has her own fun, but also, you know, has fun with others to a major degree kind of feeling. Just like a nice girl. A nice aunt that just like lets you play video games or something. I don't know. Mad is not what I would use to describe Kohaku, so yeah. Maybe her sister. The other maid. Echo Art Chaos. Lin, compatriot. He told me to use a more advanced shading style, so I tried it for, you know, Neko Art Chaos. It went fine. I feel pretty good with the results. It's some very, you know, basic shading and all that, but you can't really do a lot of... Well, you could. But I just need to improve on it more. There's a lot of things I need to improve on. It's a progressive kind of thing. Right now, I'm focusing on mostly on the facial side of things instead of the body side, because then I would overload myself because I don't have enough time to draw anything. I don't even know what I'm going to draw today. I like this. May 26th, Save TF2 Day. I actually included a picture I drew for my records. It's a little bit of work into it. I feel like I should have drawn the arms, because the arms are kind of like it's pretty obvious that the arms are there, but I didn't really draw the arms. This is why it looks kind of weird to me looking back on it. But other than that, I felt pretty good. I don't really draw outside of the anime art style, so, you know, wandering outside of it for a more manly-esque kind of art style like TF2, it was a big trip outside of my comfort zone. So it still looks like anime. No, you understand. It's all about challenging yourself. I need to challenge myself more. I've been on a constant rut of just, you know, basically doing whatever I want. I've been running out of time. I watched some Aino with my baby brother, Riley, so I felt like drawing some Anna characters. I always did like the Anna series. There's only 3 episodes out, did you know that? But they're making a game for the 4th episode. I feel like the Anna series is like really good. It's very, very creative. It's very creative. It's like at that kind of creative kind of level that I would like to be, where they have their own completely original characters. They have their own guidelines, and, you know, their own special blend of humor. Really nice. Because I was drawing Melty Blood and I drew Neko Arc Chaos, I decided to draw Neko Arc. I was sick that day. I threw up a few times. That's why the line quality looks kind of weird. I got completely frustrated this day. Oh, I got so frustrated drawing the spherical eyes that I just kind of overloaded on my mental front. Oh, other than that, I liked it. This, I was looking for something easy to draw. I remembered one step from Eden, a game that I liked back in the day. I decided to draw artillery because I put A in the record. And then I was like, you know what? I could actually draw that tomorrow. I could draw the auctioneer for tomorrow because designated workers and auctioneer is a job occupation. So I moved auctioneer from this day to the next day and said I'll put more details into the auctioneer as designated workers, and I'll do something with A today. So I said, you know what? Let's look up one step from Eden. Let's look up a character with the name A at the start. It was none of the heroes, so I couldn't draw those. So I went with artillery because there was only like one other character that had an A in their name, and I don't really remember much about them, but I like the design of artillery more. Very unique four-legged structure. I don't know if the perspective is right, especially for the backside leg, but fine. I was pressed for time. So like I said earlier, I was gonna plan to draw auctioneer, so I did draw auctioneer. I like the result. I wasn't able to color the rest of the character. I was unable to. I was basically rushing it. I only had 1 hour 30 minutes to draw this, and I was teaching my baby brother Riley how to draw this on the side. You know, the basic concepts of like formatting and otherwise. So when that came down, I just basically saw it and I just basically drew it. I only drew the body in 10 minutes. That's why it kind of looked bad. I don't actually see any innate problems. The only real problem is I saw is that I didn't really, color the rest of the character. Like the arms or the tube or the set tape thing. That's what I like about Enda. There's a lot of things that don't really make that much sense. I always did like that. It's the bizarre kind of, artistic feeling formatted in a very light-hearted, like romp kind of feel. That just seems fun. It just seems fun. Doesn't seem convoluted. Doesn't seem like it's saying more than it is. It just feels like they're having fun in a place where you should have fun. And it's a little bizarre, but it's a bizarre adventure. I like the drawing. It's a fine drawing. 8 years on Twitter. I created this account in 2014. Go along with my Twitch streaming account. I don't even know why I made it. I just made it because I could. And I had a Facebook, and people on Facebook had Twitter or something. I'm not sure what led me to draw it. To make the account, but I made it. 2014 to go along with my streams. Oh, I think I made it for Grand Blue Fantasy. Grand Blue Fantasy is something on like a Twitter function, so I made it because of Grand Blue Fantasy. I'm not really sure. I ranked and I got 15-meter Yamato radar. Pretty damn good if you ask me. And then I got a 15.5 plus 8. P100, you got a pro Zwigod. But I'm like, yo, dude. You expect me to go up 400 paces for a Zwigod Jr.? Not even a Zwigod, it's a Zwigod Jr. I could care less. I don't even really see the point. Zwigods, I barely use them, man. A radar and a 15.5. I could put that 15.5 on, Kitakami-sama or something. And the radar is just value. It's just value for expeditions, value for Yamato. Who knows what else? It's just good in general. So getting these rewards for actually ranking in a long time, I feel more compelled than ever to rank again. So I might do it again. I have my cannons reset, so maybe I'll rank. Maybe the next month after this one. This month, I don't really know what I'm gonna rank, but I'll rank. I have the cannons. I'll definitely rank in the next 3 months before the next quarterly, because that's when all the cannons reset. Yesterday I was running a bit low on time, like how today I'm running a bit low on time, so I drew Hoshi no Reika. A simplified chibi version. I didn't have much time to flesh out the details of the face, which led to it kind of looking, oh, I don't know. I don't know. The bangs are covering the eye. The thing about the drawings that I've been seeing recently is that I just don't know. I don't know if it looks good or if it looks bad. It looks like, okay, not bad as in bad. Some of the drawings look like whatever, but bad or really bad. You know what I'm saying? Bad, really bad, or like good, deep. Because I'm not at the extraordinary. Not by a far shot. Still, basically. Consistent upward trend. There'll be ups, there'll be downs, though. I'm currently feeling that this is a Pantheon down. But yeah, that's my week, basically. A lot of something, a lot of nothing. Tomorrow I have an optometrist, and after that, I have some other things that I have to look into. So this month is already looking pretty hectic. But it's good to talk to you guys again. Good to get all my feelings out there. It's been a little bit tiring, but I'll keep going. Anyhow, thank everybody for watching. Like and subscribe for more content. And until next time or something, I'll see you all later. Thanks so much for watching.